Thank you very much, Victor Howe. Drew Brees joins us after he does each and every game, and this time after a Monday night loss here in the Superdome. We've talked about earlier on in the season, I know you guys wanted to get out to that quick start, but how disappointing is it right now to be 0-3?
Well, it's disappointing, but at the end of the day, you can't dwell on that. We're going to look at this game piece by piece and find ways to get better, because I think we are an ascending team. I think we're beginning to do some things that are really positive, but we still have to understand what wins and loses in this league. And coming into this game, we stressed a lot of things. Probably the most important things, which is typically every game, is ball security, but third down percentage, red zone percentage, and time of possession, because those were statistics that the Atlanta Falcons were very strong in. And typically when they were winning those situations, they were winning football games. So we won all three of those situations today, talking about red zone efficiency, third down percentage, and time of possession. Unfortunately, we turned the ball over 2 times that resulted in 14 points for them. So at the end of the day, you look at the score, and what would 14 points have done? Well, it would have been a whole different ball game. So, that's it. That's it in a nutshell right there. There's things offensively we can do even better. There's things defensively we can do better. Special teams has to be an asset for us. If we can get all 3 units playing together, complementary football, I think we can do some things. We haven't gotten there yet, but I think the feeling in the locker room is very positive from the standpoint that we have the right type of guys in there. We have guys that love to compete, love football, know how to weather the storm, and we're going to bring the young guys along and show them the way. And when we break the seal, look out, because I think that we can be a team that can really do something. We just got to get that first one.
You mentioned the turnovers, and Sean Payton talked about this when he met the media after the game. This is a young football team. You've had some injuries. I know you're not going to make excuses about that, but given all that, the margin of error is small, and when you make mistakes like that, it makes it tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, margin of error is very small. We've got to be really good, really efficient in everything that we do, and that's just the way it is. It's kind of our league, There's a lot of good teams out there, a lot of good players, and so I think, listen, the expectation level is always very high. For us offensively, every time we touch the football, we're thinking, we are going to get points. We're going to get points. And it might be methodically, it might be a big play, but we're going to get points. And everybody's going to be involved, and everybody's coming along, So that attitude will never change.
The good news on offense, there was some good news. Michael Thomas is the 40th different Saint you found in the end zone since you've been in New Orleans, and then Kobe Fleener gets over 100 yards receiving. Getting those guys more involved in the offense, how does that help you guys moving forward?
There's no question that that's a positive thing. Those guys are going to be a big part of our success moving forward. And as we continue to evolve and game plan and kind of get into the season, those guys are going to be, instrumental in what we do.
Let me ask you, before the game, some solidarity between both teams. You've been asked ad nauseum about Colin Kaepernick and that whole situation, but the Falcons and the Saints really came together. How good was that, and whose idea was that?
Sean talked to a lot of the captains, or all the captains during the week, and said, hey, this is something I think would be great to do. I know that both cities, Atlanta and New Orleans, very diverse cities. Both cities very aware of the violence in our country. And what would be a really great way to bring awareness to that in a much more positive way, and something that's not disrespectful to the flag, like kneeling or sitting during the national anthem is. And so he came up with that idea and talked with Dan Quinn, the Falcons head coach, and it was something that they were all on board with. I actually got a text from Matt Ryan during the week saying, hey, my guys are ready for it. So it was, listen, it was something that just showed that, hey, regardless of what's happening on the field, and call us bitter divisional rivals, we all also understand the voice that we have and the responsibility that we have as athletes, and the platform we have to deliver a message the right way and in a positive way about the violence in this country and the changes that need to be made.
Lastly, Drew, I know you're looking ahead, and next week, I want to ask you this. You're going to San Diego for the first time since you left. You played the Chargers in London and here. Will that be an emotional return for you? Or I know the goal is to obviously win, but how will that trip be for you?
I think it will be, but I'm going to try to get that all out of the way this week, and then when I get there, man, it's just another football game. First time I will have stepped in that stadium in a long time. and obviously a lot of great memories, you know, from those days and the guys I had a chance to play with, and still spend a lot of time in San Diego, obviously. But bottom line is, it's a game that we need to win, you know, and you know, it's typically you'd say faceless opponent. I mean, listen, I know we're going to play the Chargers. I know we're going to play a guy on the other side of the ball who I got a lot of respect for, Phillip Rivers, and I know they're going to have a great plan for us. We're going to need to have a great plan for them, and play it out and see what happens.
We covered a lot of topics there. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks.
All right, Drew Brees here. In the Superdome will be an emotional return to San Diego, but the main goal, guys, is to get that first victory of the season. That's the story for now in the Superdome. Back to you guys.